Welcome guys to another Saturday video. On this video I'll be teaching you guys how to make realistic hair with pen. So we are going to start with the basic of how to make hair. So I'll first start by telling you guys the components of a hair, what make up a hair. So for this tutorial we are going to be using a female hair for this tutorial. So the first thing to know is that hair drawing is just made up of lines. So it's a good thing to know that you are just going to be drawing lines when making hair drawings. So these lines have four types of shading. So the first one is for the highlights, second one is going to be the shadows and texture, while the third one is going to be the one that fills up spaces. Then the last one is for the detailing. So I'm going to show you all of them, starting from the first one. So this is the first one. This one is for shading the highlights, those light areas, like where light is casting on the hair. So for this one, you just need to be very light on this one, no much pressure on this one.
Oh my gosh, it's Kevin Dre's production.
So after that light part, you will now start making darker areas. That is where the shadows are. So, and you can also use this second one for adding textures to the hair. Like after making the clumps, then you add this type of shading underneath the first clump, so that to give a kind of depth and also weight to the hair. So this is the third one. Like I said earlier, this one is used for detailing. So you make this one after making the larger clumps. So this one is going to be under those larger clumps, and it's used for making shadows. And lastly, we have this one that is used for detailing. This one is just mainly for detailing. After making the whole drawing for the hair, you use this one for your finished details. So this one is going to spread out from the drawing to make the hair look realistic. So after making this one, then the last thing is you can add that white gel pen I made video for. So now we are going to use these four type of shading to make a hair drawing. Just a quick hair drawing, just to tell you how this shading how you can apply this shading to a hair drawing. So you are practically going to use this shading now to make a quick drawing, starting from the first one then to the last one, so you get a understanding of what I'm trying to say. So before I continue, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please hit that red subscribe button and also turn on the notification bell so you get notified anytime I upload content like this. This channel is all about pen drawing. You learn pen drawing from this channel, and you also get to see me make awesome pen drawing work from many techniques I've learned. So now you're going to see how easy it is to make a hair drawing. So as you can see how I started with the first light shading, and now I'm adding darker shading, just like the second one. So just try to add darkness like shadow to the hair, and then I'll always leave the middle part lighter, just to give it a kind of bend and a kind of depth to the hair, so that you know the hair is coming from somewhere and then ending somewhere. So that's why the middle part is a bit light. So that light part is that first one. Then the dark part, that is the shadowish part, is the second type of shading. So, and like I said, you can also use this second shading for texture also. So for this third type of shading, areas like this is where you can find this type of shading. Because of the nature, it's normally short, so it only fill spaces in between two larger clumps, just like I mentioned earlier. This is why this part is mainly dark. It's mainly for shadows, because it's found under those visible parts you can see. So it's inside, so it's normally dark, so you can use it for shadows. Then this fourth one is just going to write on top everything. So you just write it on top all the layers. Almost the same thing as the second one, but the difference is that this third one is very dark than the second one, and the detail is not too much and it's shortened. So but that second one is not too dark and is used for texture. Just take it as the second one is used for detailing and darkness on the layers we can see, while this one is used for shadows. So the second one is highly detailed. It's mainly used for detailing, while this one is just for shadow. So now I'll just roughly continue making those shadings again, just repeating the shadings again, just to make it look more realistic. But the four basic shading are those shading I just showed. So if you want, you can repeat the steps as many times as you want to make it look. Either if the hair is blonde, you only have to repeat it maybe once or twice. But if the hair is dark, if the hair is too dark, then you repeat it maybe 5 times till you get the look you are looking for. But these 4 shading are mainly the shading you just need to make for any hair drawing you want to make, just for the start. Maybe when you continue growing by yourself, like if you continue practicing, maybe you discover your own technique on maybe how to make it look better just from these ones I've shown. So after this one, now I'm going to show you a proper way on how to make realistic hair. Like it, just continue watching. You see me use this technique I just showed, this 4 shading I just showed, to make a very realistic hair. You watch and you use this way I've shown to understand how I'm making my own. So the video is going to be in time lapse, but you get the idea. If you are an artist and you understand artworks, what I just said can make you fully understand what I mean by hair drawing, like what hair drawing is really all about. So there's no too much stuff to put into it. You just need to know this 4 type of shading and then you are good to go. So now you're going to watch me make a full realistic hair. Just continue watching, you understand where we go. So just like every of my drawing, I'll first start with the rough sketch with pencil. Then now you'll see how I'll start with that first shading I showed before. Then from there I'll move to the second part and till the last part. So first of all, I want to say that I'm trying to make a dark hair, not a blonde hair, like a real dark colored hair. So my layers is going to be many, like maybe as you go, maybe you understand how many layers I used. I think might be 4 or like that. So I'll add many layers as possible just to get the dark hair I'm
Oh my
trying to
gosh,
make.
it's Kevin Dre's
Or the
production.
same shading I showed is what I'm using. Just that this one I settled. I'm doing it based on it's an actual project I'm trying to sell. Like this artwork, I'm going to sell it. So that's why this one is going to be very realistic. So there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to just understand those shading I showed. You can make the same hair drawing I'm making now. There's really nothing here. There's nothing too big here. If you start, then you start practicing. From there, you get to know it. The secret is just for you to start practicing it. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. There's so much stuff you are going to learn in pen drawing on this channel. So many creative tricks and techniques that will help you get better with your pen drawing. So and also also get to see me make so many beautiful artworks with pen on this channel, and so many things you never knew
Oh my
you could
gosh,
use
it's
pen
Kevin
for.
Dre's production.
So I'll be pouring many videos, many quality videos this year. So please just stay connected by hitting that red subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you get notified anytime I upload fresh content like this. So if you notice, you will see that the first layer is not too close together, they are very spaced. So that is to say, I'm just trying to make the background to have something there, because if I just start making my details and everything from blank white paper, I'll get frustrated. I don't like shading, starting my drawing like that. So I'll first make a background shading. So that first part is just something for me to just lay other shading on top. That is just that first part. So the second part is the first shading I started teaching with. So that is the second one. And then from there I started adding other ones. So just continue looking, look closely, see how the third one is coming in handy now. See those places, those large
Oh my
clumps
gosh,
are.
it's Kevin Dre's
You see how
production.
under it I'm trying to make those tiny, those darker shading, which is that third one I showed. So they are used for shadows, those shadowy area. So I'll make those short dark shading there, depending on the picture though. So if you depend on how the picture is, the reference is, that is how these hairs change. Like some hair are blonde, so that darker one, that third part will not be too dark. You just have to make it. And in blonde hair, everything is detailed because there's so much light on it. So that is how all these things are made. So that's why I say hair drawing is very simple. You just need to take your time and try to make everything as perfect as possible. And with this ground understanding of how hair shading is, at least you can try something close to realism, not that too realistic but close to. So just continue with this teaching and use it to make any hair picture you see, you find on the internet, just download it and just try something. Just try to use it for your practice. Thank you to those people that have been sending me positive feedbacks about my channel. They have gotten so many good, happy feedbacks from other beginners on pen drawing that my channel have really helped them. So many hundreds. I can't really call names, but they are more than, let me see, they are close to thousands. So I want to say thank you to everyone that have been benefiting from my channel and also watching my videos. I want to say a big thank you to everybody that have been the backbone of this channel. So thank you so much. And just in case you want to stay more connected to me, on Instagram and Facebook I'm still Ebuka Pen, and Twitter also at Ebuka Pen, and my website is www.ebukapen.com. There you can find my finished work, and if you want the prints, like if you want to have prints of my artworks, you can order from my website.
Oh my gosh, it's Kevin Dre's production.
Quick story: when I was still just yet starting my pen drawing journey, that was 2017 I think, or 18. So I got this commission. Someone asked me to draw his girlfriend on something close to this Valentine's Day, like this. So he wanted to give his girlfriend a portrait as gift. So then he asked me to make the portrait, and then this picture was having lots and lots of hairs, and I didn't, at that time I didn't know how to draw hair. So I searched YouTube for tutorial like this, and I couldn't find pen drawing tutorial of hair like this. I couldn't find any. So I just drew the hair how I understand it, how I was just seeing it at that time. I just draw it anyhow, and then the person, after finishing, I showed the guy, and then the guy was like, "Oh, yo, bro, the drawing is not fine. Why is the hair like this?" So I didn't get paid just because I couldn't draw hair at that time. So the hair, yes, really, the hair was somehow really messed up. The hair wasn't as good as today. So that was how I missed that commission, and the guy didn't pay me, even though I took time to draw the rest, but still I didn't get paid. So at least this tutorial have, at least we help some of you to get that commission done if you have been battling with hair drawing before. So this one is just for everybody that want to get more commission, and don't be afraid of any hair drawing. Just pick it and draw it anyhow, like just like this how I'm showing you, and you get your pay. But for me that time I did not. So yeah, after everything I'll add that last type of shading, and I showed that one that looked like writing spaghetti. So you add that one. That is the final touch. That will be on top of every layer to add more realism. And sometimes you can spread it out from the main drawing so that it will look more realistic. Then you add, after 2 days, I left my own for 2 days. You allow the whole drawing to dry. Then you add this white gel pen I showed on my previous video. So if you add it while after drawing, the work, it will spoil the work. So you allow the drawing to dry a little, like you leave the drawing open for 2 days, at most 2 days, then before adding this white gel pen. That will give it the final realism. And that is it, you are done. That is realistic hair for you. That is how it's done. So I know you have learned something from this video. If you did, please hit that red subscribe button and start following this channel so that you get to know more tricks like this. And also my full course on everything about pen drawing is coming soon. I'll announce it very soon, so you get everything on one place, but it's not for free. So I'll let you know on that later on. So
Oh my gosh,
see you guys next
it's
Saturday.
production.